Yes, very good morning to the children of class 12 arts, BMS. And I was doing we were already discussing with the chapter on India's, alternative centers of power or new centers of power as it is mentioned in the revised syllabus provided by the CBSE. We have discussed about the other centers of power apart from USA, USSR, you have European Union, the ASEAN, and previously we have talked about China as a fastest growing economy or as a third center of power. Now we will discuss about what kind of relationship does India and China share. Previously, before independence, a relationship between India and China was I will say that it was quite neutral in nature, because there were certain parts like Taiwan, parts of Indochina, then Tibet. These were the parts which have accepted the authority of China. So these were the parts which were already within the periphery of China. That means China has accepted these countries, they have accepted the control over Chinese control, and they have accepted that. In the same way, there were certain areas which were directly under the control of India, and India exercised suzerainty, that means authority over those areas. So for a considerable extent of time, you can find that India and China were neutral in their relationship until India got her independence in 1947 from the British rule. And after 1947, the border problems started with India, border issues. This was the main problem with which the disputes between India and China started. Border issues. Why? Because there are certain areas which are known as the Aksai Chin region, and especially parts of Arunachal Pradesh, as I have already discussed in your part of politics in India, that chapter, India's foreign policy. There you have already learnt about these parts, that the border issue started. Why? Because when the Britishers, during the time of the Britishers, so what was the problem with these territorial problems related to Aksai Chin region, that is the northern part of Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh, as well as Arunachal Pradesh, whatever were the border disputes, these border disputes were actually resolved by the British. Now when after 1947, when the Britishers had gone away, what did China do? China said that we will not accept the disputes or the resolutions which were made by China, by the British during that time. It's over because the Britishers had gone away. So all those understandings, all those negotiations were over. So we can see that from 1950s onward, we can see that the relationship between India and China suddenly going to become very, very conflictual in nature, because this was the time, 1950, where China, it had tried to get its control over Tibet. And with Tibet, the issue started because the Chinese people, the Chinese government was trying to impose its culture, the Chinese culture over Tibet. And during that time, as we have already talked about, Dalai Lama, who is the spiritual leader of the Tibetans, he came back, he took shelter in India, and that was the point when the relationship between India and China, they started to grow very, very conflictual or inimical, as I will tell you. And this relationship worsened by the year 1962, when you know about the Chinese invasion over China. That is, what did China do in the year 1962 when the Cuban Missile Crisis were going on? And that time, what happened? Chinese military, it had posed an attack over the Aksai Chin region as well as parts of Arunachal Pradesh, and it had captured over that areas. And not only that, China tried to get its support from Pakistan as well as from America. So these were the issues which had actually worsened the relationship between India and China, and this continued for a long period of time until the 1976. When attempts were made from both the governments that the relationship between the two countries will be actually what happened? This will be uh, uh, that the relationship will be repaired, and from throughout the 1970s you can find that the relationship which was getting worsened during this time, that means 1960s, there was an attempt to make the relationship to mend this relationship. And during that time, if you remember, there were many slogans which had came up, like Hindi Chini Bhai Bhai. That means once again India and China were developing a friendly relationship. So it was a slogan which was very universal that time, that Hindi Chini Bhai Bhai. That means people of India and people of China were not enemies, they were actually brothers. And this particular attempt, that means of repairing the relationship between the two countries, it got better in 1988. In 1988, when Rajiv Gandhi, who was the Prime Minister then, what did he do? He had visited China, and after that visiting China, negotiations were made, especially cultural interactions, then developmental interactions started between these two countries. These two countries, they have started with cultural, technological, and all kinds of negotiations between them. So we can see that there was an attempt on the part of Rajiv Gandhi to mend or to repair the relationship, which had actually become worse after independence till the late 1960s. So Rajiv Gandhi, after this, you can see that both the countries were aiming at repairing the relationship. So and both the countries, by the 1990s, in the World Trade Organization, both the countries, they started taking up issues of development for both the countries. Development in terms of everything, cultural, social, economic, especially development in trade, especially development in economic matters. You can see that from the 1990s, both India and China, they had actually played hands to hand, shoulder to shoulder. And what was the result of this? As a result of this, you can get the output that the output was that by 1992, the total trade of India and China, it increased to 8,338 million in the year 1992. It has risen up to a pound 18 billion in the year 2006. So from here only you can understand that both the nations coming together, framing developmental policies, economic policies, trade policies. What happened? You can see that there was a drastic increase in the trade of both the countries. And after that, India and China, they have again, there was a period when India and China relationship was trying to get worse. That was when China was establishing its relationship with Pakistan, as well as it was trying to create a military base in Myanmar as well as Bangladesh, because India took it to be as a suspicion, on grounds of suspicion. But on part of China, it was said that it should not be taken as a matter of suspicion, because this was done actually for providing security to all the Southeast Asian countries of the world, especially the Southeast Asian countries, that is the developing countries, in order to provide them with proper security and proper defense mechanism can be built up. So we can see that on the whole, we can see that the relationship between India and China has always seen, if you go by the graph of India and China, you can see that there has always been ups and downs. At a point of time, there was a healthy relationship. Then there was a period of time when the relationship went conflictual. Again, the matters were resolved. Again, but there is always a feeling of suspicion between the two countries. But there is no denying of the fact. You cannot deny that yes, China is one of the most developing countries of the world, and after that we can expect that India is the second one who is holding the second rank for becoming the next developed country of the world after China. Thank you very much. In the next class I will think of completing the chapter by including those parts which have been added by the CBSE board for your syllabus for political science this year. Thank you.